Decision making has a variety of different theories on how a decision is approached and completed. For our purposes, we're actually going to focus upon this particular method, which includes 5 different steps, including approaching the decision, creating or generating a variety of decision options, committing to one of those options, implementing that option or decision, and then we'll conclude with that reflection process when we go back and see and evaluate the entire process and the validity of the decision which was made. A decision is a very stressful situation for anybody. So as you look at this, you want to remember and look at each of the preferences and personalities to see how they react and how they are going to be dealing with a frustrating, overwhelming, or even a stressful situation, such as a decision-making process. Remember that decision generally means change, and change can be very hard for people to deal with. When they're an extrovert, however, they want to make sure that everybody that is going to be involved in the decision is there. They want to identify anybody that might have any kind of impact. In a family, that would be every member of a family, correct? So you want to look and see how they're going to implement and invite others in. They want to explore their opportunities, but they generally use them in broad strokes, not the details, just the generalities. They want clarity about goals and assumptions, but all of that needs to be done through a discussion. In contrast, our introvert wants to make sure that they are involved in the decision, not just people who are going to be part of that decision or impacted by the decision, but they just need to be involved in it. They want to explore opportunities in depth, and they need a lot of clarity, but they want to have a discussion with only 1 or 2 people instead of everyone. When our sensing and intuition people approach a decision making, they're going to approach things differently. The sensing person wants to look at the presence, what is happening right now, and they want counsel from people who are very experienced. They also are going to assume that some kind of process probably already exists. The intuition person is going to be more visionary. They want to get counsel from somebody who can see the possibilities, what might happen, and they're going to assume that a process doesn't exist right now, but it will present itself when needed. The thinking person is very analytical, and they want a very objective, analytical decision. Because of that, they're going to approach the entire situation as if they have an objective analysis of it. It'll be very inclusive and detail-oriented. They want to address every concern, especially about policies and procedures, and they're going to anticipate and really hope that a great critique is going to be made of the decision itself. Our feeling person wants to have a personal analysis. They don't care so much about the objective side as much as they are really concerned about people and their relationships. They want to know how a decision is going to impact people, families, communities, organizations, and even the world as a whole. They tend to really want to be more of that caring personality, and they're going to be very interested in how the decision is going to impact others. Our judging preference wants to know that there is definitely someone who's going to be empowered to make the decision. And you're going to find that the judging preference, if they don't see that there's someone empowered to make the decision, may just be frustrated and tend to just walk away from the entire process. They need to make sure that there are guidelines, perimeters, rules for the entire process. And if not, again, they may just walk away. They need to analyze all of the risks because the judging person and preference does not like surprises. In contrast, our perceiving person absolutely does not mind surprises at all. In fact, they really want to exploit opportunities and find as many things as they can in order to make a very effective decision. They want to make sure that nobody is rushed. They want lots of times to ponder, to explore, to gather information. They do not want anyone to push any kind of routine on them. They don't want to schedule, they don't want to plan, and they certainly don't want anyone to narrow their options because there is some kind of procedure for the decision in place.